Welcome back everyone. I appreciate you checking in today's video. If you are new, my name is Patty Lifts, pro physique natural competitor, and in today's video, I'll be breaking down how you can use cardio to burn stubborn belly fat in 3 simple steps. How to execute each step into your regimen to break past any plateaus and ensure you can achieve your desired body fat percentage level as fast as possible while maximizing muscle retention or even grow muscle during your fat loss phase. Make sure to stick around so you can incorporate these 3 simple steps into your regimen and kickstart your stubborn fat loss phase with ease. But before we get started, please subscribe so you don't miss out on future content, and make sure to watch until the end where I have 2 gifts as it is the season. Before we begin, we need to understand a few concepts before I break down these 3 simple steps. The first step being fat burning metabolic kickstarter phase, number 2 being metabolic burner plateau prevention phase, and number 3 belly fat accelerator phase. As you guys might commonly notice, when you first start a cut, you see results right away for the most part. You're going to continue to do the protocol, your cardio, your diet, whatever you're doing, and it's really common to see you get to a halt. And there's a thing called an adaptive metabolism. So your body's going to become more efficient as you start to implement more cardio, and your total daily energy expenditure is going to change. So as you are going through your journey and losing fat, you are going to have to make some adjustments to the protocol to make up for how efficient your body is getting at processing energy. So what will naturally happen is that your NEAT levels will naturally decrease, and this is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is all of the movements that you perform that have nothing to do with exercise. So walking around, taking out the garbage, maybe even standing and doing some work. So the next thing that would happen is that your muscles are going to become more efficient to the stimulus that you provide. And you'll notice once you start cardio, it's probably a little bit harder. But once you do it over and over again, it probably seems normal because your body's becoming more efficient. So we have to step things up for it to become hard again, because you'll actually be burning less calories for performing the same amount of cardio. And that's because your body's becoming more efficient at the movements you are performing. And lastly, your hormones are going to change. So your leptin levels, your GHRELIN levels, and these hormones pretty much just help regulate your hunger, regulate your metabolism to make sure that you're actually staying alive. So if you are starving, your body's going to tell you, send some hunger signals so you eat. This is pretty natural as you're cutting because your body's going to fight back and try and maintain what you have as a safety mechanism. But you might want to fight against that response to make sure you are working towards your fitness goals, if that's improving your body composition or especially if you're getting lean for a show. A good thing is that these 3 simple steps will help combat to ensure that you'll break past all obstacles and reach the 3rd belly fat accelerator phase where most people get stuck. So let's break down the cardio plan that I provide myself to get shredded and clients that compete at the world-class level. The first step is actually the fat burning metabolic kickstarter phase. So when you're starting out a diet, your deficit is gonna happen mostly through food, and you're gonna use cardio as a supplemental tool to help increase that deficit. Now, if you wanna be a little bit more exact, we can use the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the deficit is gonna be performed with diet, and the next 20% is gonna be performed with cardio. To kickstart this phase, make sure you choose an amount of cardio that you can realistically stick to, because eventually as your body adapts, as mentioned earlier, you're going to have to step up how much cardio you're going to have to perform. What I recommend for this starting phase is that you perform LISS, which is light intensity steady state, to make sure that you can recover, because if you implement HIIT training or MISS training, which is a lot more intense, it'll actually interfere with your resistance training. Now, we don't want that to happen because resistance training should be prioritized with hypertrophy based goals, since that is the #1 mechanism that actually drives muscle hypertrophy. We have to remember cardio is just implemented to help supplement your TDEE and caloric deficit. Once you get started into this regimen, you will notice that your body will start to lose weight. You'll actually start losing fat and you'll see your body's becoming more toned. But to continue fat loss, you're gonna have to make a change, and this brings us into step number 2. And step number 2 is a metabolic burner plateau prevention phase. This is where we're gonna make some adjustments to increase the time we're doing cardio so we can burn more calories as your body adapts. So as you increase the time you're performing cardio and as you increase the intensity you're performing cardio, you'll increase the caloric deficit as your body's going to be fighting back since it is becoming more efficient at the stimulus you're providing it. So step number 3 is a belly fat accelerator phase where you'll target stubborn body fat. And what we have to do in this phase is prevent the compensation effect, where your NEAT will naturally drop, where you'll start to feel more hungry and you'll feel more lethargic and tired. So to better control this, I recommend tracking your steps. I recommend hitting 10,000 steps per day to control the amount of activity you're performing outside of the gym so the lethargy and the tiredness doesn't hold you back from moving around more. Now, with regards to hunger, you can do different things such as eat higher volume meals, micronutrient dense meals, as well as drink more water, ensure that you're staying hydrated. So the compensation effect should be expected because the leaner you are, the harder it is to maintain. Now you're probably wondering how you target that stubborn body fat. And to get into this a little bit deeper, your body will lose fat first in an area your body will easily let go of it. And what I mean by that is pretty much it's genetic. So you'll see people growing up, they probably can eat whatever they want and they'll have abs all year round. And you'll have other people on the other spectrum where they'll be cutting so hard and it will take a lot of hard work just to see a little bit of ab definition. So with that said, your genetics are going to decide where you lose your body fat first, but the positive is that eventually those stubborn body fat areas will drop over time as long as you continue to push and improve your overall body composition. And as a bonus phase, I want to explain the Lean 365 plan, where once you get to your desired body fat level, of course, you want to maintain it. There's no point to put in all this work if you can't maintain the hard work you just put into your lifestyle. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is reverse diet. So this is where we're going to increase your calories to your new maintenance and slowly cut back cardio. Now you might be confused because you need a certain amount of cardio to get to the point where you're at now, but what's gonna happen is that your metabolism is slowly going to increase. You're gonna have to close the gap towards your maintenance calories and eventually start eating more into a surplus. So as mentioned, you want to do that 80% through diet and 20% through cardio. Lastly, you also want to continue to follow a structured training regimen, because in the research it was shown that resistance training, especially working towards hypertrophy, will increase your metabolism and it will allow you to eat more calories. So if you guys lose weight without a training program, you're just going to get smaller and not really improve your body composition. That's why it is important to implement a hypertrophy based training program into your protocol to ensure that you at least maintain or grow muscle as you get leaner. So to break this all down, you guys are going to have to kickstart your progress by implementing a caloric deficit using the 80-20 rule with diet and cardio. You're going to have to go through step number 2 to prevent a plateau, where you're going to increase the intensity and time you're performing your cardio regimen. And lastly, in step 3, you're going to have to combat your NEAT levels, your hunger and lethargy by tracking your steps and making better food choices. So all in all, make sure you guys are following a structured training program alongside this 3 simple step plan to follow through with your cardio regimen. If you guys are looking for more one-on-one help, I do provide one-on-one coaching. All you have to do is go down in the link below. I'll set up your training, your cardio, nutrition plan all for you. You'll have 24/7 access to me, and I'll take you through every step of the process you need to go through to make sure we hit your fitness goals. Other than that, if you guys like the video, please comment, like, subscribe. And before we go, if you guys made it this far, I will be giving away 2 gifts. Now, the first one is going to be entry into my 14-day challenge, which I'll be doing throughout the holidays. because I know how hard it is for you guys to stick to a protocol and you don't want to regret it in January. The second thing is I'm going to be launching my merch and I'm going to be giving away some more stuff. So all you have to do is comment what your favorite type of cardio is down below in the comment section, and I'll be randomly picking a winner in the next video. So once again, I appreciate you guys if you stuck around, and I'll see you guys in the next video.